You don't hear this often, but if you were born between 1976 and 1985, you don't fully belong to any generation. And that's not just a feeling, there's actual psychology behind it. You remember a world where if someone didn't pick up the phone, you just didn't reach them. No last seen, no typing, no second chances. And somehow, that shaped your brain in a way most people today won't understand. Here's the strange part. You grew up offline, but became an adult online. Not slowly, not gradually, almost overnight. One day it was cassette tapes and handwritten notes, and the next it was emails, chat rooms, and downloading your first MP3 at 2 a.m. That transition didn't just change your habits, it rewired how you think. Psychology calls this a transitional identity. It happens when your brain develops in one world but has to survive in a completely different one. And your brain was still developing when this shift happened. That's the key. Which means you didn't just learn the digital world, you adapted to it while becoming yourself. That's very different from older generations who had to catch up and younger ones who never had to adjust at all. So now you carry something unusual. You value privacy but live in a world that rewards exposure. You understand patience but operate in a system built for speed. You can disconnect but also feel the pressure to always stay connected. And sometimes you don't even realize the tension you're carrying. It just shows up as feeling slightly out of place in both older and younger groups, being the bridge in conversations, or this quiet sense that you had to figure things out alone. But here's something most people miss. You didn't become adaptable because you're special. You became adaptable because you had no choice. The world shifted under your feet, and you learned how to land without falling apart. And that leaves a mark. Not loud, not obvious, but it shows up in how you think. You plan ahead even when things are stable. You keep backups even when you don't need them. You hesitate just slightly before trusting permanence. That's not overthinking. That's pattern recognition. You saw systems change. You saw stability disappear. You learned early that nothing stays fixed for long. And here's the part that finally makes sense. You are not in between. You are the connection point. The only group that clearly remembers what life felt like before and can still function effortlessly in what came after. Most people only know one version of the world. You experienced the transition, and that changes you in ways that aren't obvious. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. If this felt uncomfortably accurate, subscribe to the channel for more psychology that finally makes sense.